Foremost, there's a lot of members of the CEC here, a lot of deans, the provost, the president. Could you please just raise your hand so that the students can get an appreciation of who came out to support this event? Could you please raise your hand high. Deans, okay, thank you for coming. I'm going to read something, and then my question will be directed towards all of you who just had your hands raised. Lehigh's history is plagued with examples of overt racism and sexism. Blacks being called niggers, women being raped on campus, and the campus feeling divided are not random occurrences or isolated events. These things happen every semester to multiple individuals every year. The university has consistently fallen short of appropriate responses and has intentionally watered down incidents that occurred on campus. Lehigh is afraid to admit the severity of the issues plaguing this campus. Take this forum, for example. The original format of this forum was changed because administrators feared the possibility of students being targeted, attacked, and hurt if students were allowed to facilitate and have their faces attached to this forum. For years, students who have been called niggers or raped on campus have been begging, literally begging the administration to create a curriculum addressing racism, sexism, and sexual violence so that no student graduates Lehigh without learning about these issues in the classroom. When the school wants to guarantee its students are knowledgeable about engineering or basic principles in science or math, they make them requirements in the classroom. The method for guaranteeing these lessons are learned and appreciated are never reduced to a voluntary forum or guest speaker or program ran by the Multicultural Affairs Office or Women's Center. Right now, this school is responding to women being raped on campus and racism with programs and forums that the majority of the student body never attends. For President Gass, provosts, and deans of the colleges in attendance, could you please raise your hand if you think requiring a mandatory curriculum addressing issues of racism, sexism, and sexual violence is something that you personally do not want Lehigh to implement in the next 1 to 2 years. So now I am clear. I'm asking each of you to raise your hand and to explain to the women who have been raped on campus and the blacks and other marginalized groups on campus, explain why these issues and their lessons are not important enough to have you personally work towards having them addressed through graduation requirements and the curriculum for all future Lehigh graduates. Now, to begin with,
would someone like to address some of his concerns and his question?
I mean, I'm not even, respect to Ms. Wilshire, I'm not even looking for a response. I mean, just a show of hands. We've had this issue combated and thrown back, and there's no accountability here at Lehigh. So here, in front of a large amount of students and other concerned members of the community, I'm just curious who personally is not in favor of there being a mandatory curriculum or graduation requirement addressing these issues. We all see this, right? No hands are going up. No hands are going up.
I'm not personally in favor of mandatory curriculum, but on the logic of requirements is one that eludes me most of the time. This is not just about the courses that you're referring to. I think we need a curriculum that's stronger in these areas. I think we need a curriculum that's so well done and so exciting in these areas that the students don't have to be required to take these courses. They come to Lehigh in order to take these courses. I want Lehigh to be famous for a curriculum that addresses these issues. And I have to say, although we have a lot of work to do and we're still assessing the charge right, this is one of the CEC's most exciting accomplishments to date. We formulated early on, and President Gass approves of faculty development seminar that would seed our curriculum with courses precisely of this type, courses that address the politics, the economics, the sociology, the psychology of racism, of sexism, of homophobia, of religious intolerance, much in the way that the Global Citizenship Seminar really transformed our curriculum in a short amount of time. We anticipate in the next 2 or 3 years, students at Lehigh will see dozens of courses that did not exist before. So we will have a discussion about requirements. We won't do an end run around it. But the most important thing is we have the courses that students can take. And in that respect, we have lots of work to do in other areas. In that respect, I think we've made significant progress.
Okay, respectfully, can I follow you and hear once again why you're against them being mandatory?
Well, that's a personal reflection on requirements in general. I don't believe in requirements. I think that students, so I'm probably not the person to talk to about this particular requirement. I think that students should be able to build their curriculum. I don't believe that one size fits all. Students should be able to build their curriculum. If we design a curriculum this way, students won't be able to take 120 credits and avoid these kinds of courses because they'll be everywhere in the curriculum. I think that requirements build resentment. When students are made to study things, there's a natural reaction to studying these things.
Okay.
Dean Raposa, I think you make a logical argument, but at the same time, we've been very remiss as an institution in supporting and developing those critical academic spaces on campus that do exactly what you're referring to. Africana studies, women's studies, Latin American studies, etc. We're limping along. We've been limping along for decades. In the same way that students are marginalized, these critical transformative spaces have been marginalized as well. And once again, we beg for resources on an annual basis, trying to sustain our curriculum. And we're not doing very well at all. And so we've been playing pretty much of a game. It's been pretty much of a charade. And people are frustrated and angry. The people who engaged in these foul acts that we're referring to, they came here as bigots, and they're probably going to leave this institution as bigots, because there has not been the exposure to the kinds of things that were just mentioned, so that we're sure that every student who enters this institution goes through this kind of process of transformation. And until we do that, we're still going to be graduating a significant number, unfortunately, of bigoted young men and women.
Before I sit down, I don't want to hijack this meeting, but I want you to recognize that there was only one person who raised their hand in objection to these courses being mandatory. So on a personal note, I'm taking an astronomy course that I don't want to be in, but it's mandatory. And if that still isn't enough for you, in the brown and white dating back to February 10th of this year, it says, the Global Lehigh Advisory Committee is continuing with the proposed addition of a required international experience for all undergraduate students in order to help internationalize Lehigh. The required international experience would mandate students to participate in some form of international experience during their undergraduate years of study. President Alice Gass and Provost Mohammed Al-Assar are the main proponents of the proposal. Ladies and gentlemen, mandatory courses are nothing new at Lehigh. They've done it for other subjects. I think they can do it for issues along racial division and race.